Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Educators are looking for alternative ways to get funds. Also tonight, the PSS board elected their officials for the new year. And the CNMI is marked safe from the recent volcanic eruption. In sports, soccer has a first-class soccer pitch, not just for the kids. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
The phone you want now on the best network and a plan that gives you endless data on chat, social, and music apps. Tell your Docomo Pacific rep you want now with access. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply.
Watch the Visitors Channel online, on time, anytime at saipantv.com. Where to go, what to see, what to do. Restaurants, spas, activities, and culture. It's all in one place, in high definition, on your mobile device. saipantv.com. Check it out.
Half a day, Tiruwami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Tuesday, January 14th, 2020. The Board of Education in central government has confirmed that teachers will not have a pay cut, and the Board of Education is taking a few steps forward to assure it doesn't happen. Sally Lemus reports.
This is the third Board of Education meeting this month, and as financial reports were on the table, it is clear that the public school system needs more funds.
It's not an expenditure problem within PSS, although we may be top heavy in certain areas. There's nowhere else that chemo can cut.
PSS took austerity measures after Super Typhoon Yutu, which meant salary cuts and freezes. Board member Philip Mendiola Long says PSS is in a serious predicament and is doing everything they can.
Even if there is a slight change in revenue from the general fund of just 3%, we now don't have enough to pay payroll because he has to put fuel in the buses. He has to keep CUC lights on, which then means he's short on payroll.
Long, together with the Board of Education, has submitted several proposals to the legislature for more education funds. One proposal discussed with the media is the wage and salary tax, where projections may amount to more than $1 million per year.
It's actually a varied increasing tax. So as your income gets larger, above $50,000, we're increasing your withholding tax, your Chapter 2 tax. So right now, if you're at $50,000 or above, you cap out at 9%. We're one of the lowest tax territories in the entire country, actually the lowest. So we felt that there might be some room in there to derive some revenue from the more wealthy or blessed in our community. And hopefully they'll feel the same, and hopefully the legislature will feel the same. And then what that does is from 50 to 60,000, you'll go to 10%, 60,000 to 75,000, I think you'll go to 11, and then it increases to 150,000. If you make 150,000 or more, I think you're at 12 or 13% tax.
The collected tax will be used to fund PSS personnel.
Have a $45 million personnel budget that we're only given $37 million to operate. So there's no more that we can cut. We already cut the teachers, we cut everybody. So if the legislature is asking us to cut more, that would have to translate into a reduction in force.
Long says the CNMI is one of the lowest paying jurisdictions for teachers in the country. And in order to keep and continue recruiting teachers for quality education, any further salary cuts should not be made. Another proposal that sits up at the legislature is the luxury tax.
Are asking the legislature to consider the value-added tax on luxury goods. So if you are blessed enough to buy a LV purse, if you're blessed enough to buy a $12,000 necklace, if you're blessed enough to buy, you know, the souped up Toyota Tundra or whatever the newest truck is at $75,000 a year, or $75,000 for the purchase of that truck, we'd hope that you would be willing to pay a little bit of tax on top of that. And then again, that would be directed directly to the school.
BOE members have submitted 3 more proposals to the legislature, which include mandating the distribution of money on a regular basis, an increase of instructional minutes in a school day, and a non-lapsing requirement for PSS funds that are outside the 25%. Long and members of the board continue to stay hopeful for these legislative proposals. Reporting from the first board meeting of PSS, I'm Sally Limis for KSPN News.
Also discussed at the PSS conference room was the re-election of board members. Sally has the details.
The first item on the agenda at this morning's Board of Education meeting was the election of officers for 2020.
I am pleased and I am very grateful with my colleagues that they decided to stay as status quo, keeping me and nominating me as chair and vice chair for Sergeant Major Herman Atalik, and the secretary treasury is still also as well Ms. Marilu Ada.
The votes were unanimous and all officers remain status quo. Tenorio says this year the board will stay committed in supporting Dr. Alfred Ada, the new Commissioner of Education, in his vision of a better education system.
Dr. Alfred Ada is really comes in from the front line, which is bottom up, and he's very transparent. Our role is to make policy and also to assist them, rather the commissioner and his team, in regards to the proposal that they're putting out on the table for us to approve. You know, surely there'll be agree to disagree on some topics, but at the end of the day, we really need to think about the safety and efficiency, and also what is good for the students.
Reporting for KSPN, I'm Sally Limis.
The eruption of Taal volcano south of Manila in the Philippines has ash and steam reaching up to 10 miles and 55,000 feet into the atmosphere, causing evacuations and flight cancellations as the ash plume has spread. A statement from the Emergency Operations Center ensures this is not a threat to the CNMI or Guam. EOC states there is possibility for additional eruptions in the coming days that poses a threat to those surrounding Taal Lake. The Weather Forecast Office in Guam is monitoring changes in weather patterns that could potentially bring ash or haze to the CNMI or Guam. For more information, contact the CNMI EOC at 237-8000. It's that time again for the Bureau of Environmental Health Establishment Ratings. According to BEH, for the month of November, 5 establishments received a grade A, 1 received a grade B, and 0 were closed. For the month of December, 38 establishments received a grade A, 7 received a grade B, and 0 got a C. But 1 establishment was closed in December for serious violations of health and sanitation: Marg's Bakery in Susupi. Marg's Bakery was closed on December 13th and reopened on December 24th. When an establishment is closed for violations of health and sanitation, BEH provides a list of actions that must be taken. Once the owner of the establishment makes the corrections, BES re-inspects, and if all is up to par, the company may reopen. Coming up, some lavish villas have opened up in the heart of Saipan, and we get a tour.
Mom, are you sure? What about the shutters? And do you have your medicine?
Don't worry about us, love, okay? You take good care of yourself. I'm in love. Yeah, sorry. power went out, so I had to light up all the candles. Yeah. Yes, baby, yeah. I'm just glad our home phone's working and we're able to contact you.
Jose and Pedro were born on the very same day. Jose liked to play sports. Pedro liked to play video games. Jose's favorite word was pass. Pass me the ball. Pedro's favorite word was pass too. Pass me the rice. Jose is retired and has both time and energy. His life is just beginning. Pedro has diabetes, hypertension, and gout. His life could soon end. Eat less, play more, live longer. Brought to you by PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. Coral Ocean Golf Resort remains closed, but the Secretary of Public Lands says that typhoon insurance checks have started to come in and repairs are scheduled to begin this April.
So Coral Ocean Point is required under their original lease to have several other more hotel rooms. Eland is the company that assumed the existing lease, and so they're required to meet the original commitments. Now, DPL, right after Typhoon U2, we wrote a letter to all the insurance companies here saying that DPL has always been a co-insured with regards to these properties on public land, and that any typhoon checks to be issued, it must be payable to the lessee plus DPL. And we reminded them of that because we wanted to make sure that whatever proceeds from the typhoon damages went directly to repair. We don't want, in the end of the day, any lessee that had some structural damage from the typhoon, if they packed up and left, it would have been up to the department again for repair or whatever. And so we wanted to make sure that we took an active role. And last month, I believe it's starting October, the typhoon reimbursement checks started to come in. And so I had co-endorsed the check for Coral Ocean Point. They will begin construction April of 2020. So not only will they repair the typhoon damages, they will also build the additional rooms that they were required to on the original lease.
A new addition to the casino is up and running. Here is a tour of the villas at Imperial Palace. Located in the heart of Saipan is the Villas at Imperial Palace, an addition to the Seoul Casino on Saipan.
Luxurious, one of a kind in this market.
The villas opened up 2 months ago, with 6 completed and 8 on the way. Currently, the finished villas are undergoing the testing stage, where all imperfections will be addressed.
We're still in the soft opening phase because we want to get it right for our guests. So we practice, we have training. It's like spring training in baseball. You know, professional players practice till they get it right, because we only have one time to make a first impression on our guests, and we have to get it right the first time.
And once all is complete, the villas will be open to the gaming customers, ranging from about $2,500 to $15,000. But Brown says you can't put a price on luxury.
That seems to be everybody's question. You know, when you look at a product like this in other markets, they'll range anywhere from $2,500 to $15,000 a night. Although, because we yield it based on what the market will bear, we're not sure what the market will bear here. So in reality, though, they're going to be dedicated to our casino guests first, and we don't really look at a pricing model for that.
A main question many have: what is the status of the rooms in the Imperial Pacific Resort? Brown explains there has been some setbacks, with a recent one being the collapsed scaffolding, injuring 3 employees just last week.
I really can't speculate at this point. It's still under investigation. The regulatory bodies, we did the right thing. We notified the regulatory agencies and the Casino Commission and OSHA. They've all come and investigated. Now it's under investigation. And whether we have any safety issues or not is yet to be determined. And it's unfortunate when anybody gets hurt. Our goal is 0 injuries. And recently we've been very fortunate, but from time to time, things will happen. Unfortunately, we had a little accident, and hopefully all the 3 workers are okay.
Brown states the resort portion is expected to be completed within a year. But for now, Chomp Lewin-Feneth shows what it's like to spend a night in the lavishing villas. Now let's take a look inside of one of these villas, the Premier Suite.
Each Premier Suite includes a private spa for each individual guest to decide to use. Spa include 24 hours reservation when the guests need it. Each Premier room also include a powder rooms for your guests when they visit.
Can you give a little explanation of why so much gold?
Yes, our owners love gold and black, and his wife love white and gold. So you will see, you can tell right away from the color of the gold. This is 18 karat gold leaf. Each Premier Suite include a dining area and a living room with a large screen TV and the surround sound TV sound system. Also include here a private bar, complimentary for our VIP. Master bedroom 1 and 2 are exactly pretty much the same. The sheets wise, in most of the luxury property you will see is 600 to 800 thread count. This is 1,000 thread count. Each sheet costs $500. Each duvet cover costs $500, and they're all from Italy. Restroom, master bedroom. We have 2 similar design but different theme color. This room is silver, blue, and a lot of crystal. The unique part about our shower is we don't include just 2. You have a total of 3 selection. You have a rain shower, a handheld, and a waterfall function. Part of the Imperial Suite is it included KTV room, which you will stand here, entertain your guests by singing. And the person who sing will be on TV as well, with all the TV here showing you that you are singing.
And last but not least, each villa comes with its own personal pool.
This is 1.5 meter pool depth, and it's supposed to be called Infinity, but unfortunately we have not been able to go to that function yet. We're still testing. The water has to be to the edge, then it's called Infinity. Once we open for the rest of the public, then that will be ready for it.
The Premier Pool Villa consists of 12 suites that measure 2,422 square feet, and the Imperial Pool Villa has 2 suites that measure 6,168 square feet, which include a gym, spa, karaoke room, and walk-in closet. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Ashley McDowell. Coming up, stay tuned. Sports is next.
Hi, I'm Nell, a certified ophthalmic assistant here at Mariana's Eye Institute. Today we want to talk about your eyes and how to take care of them for a lifetime of good vision.
A cataract is most commonly due to aging, but can have many other causes.
A cataract is a clouding of the natural lens of your eye. This clouding of the natural lens of your eye will cause your vision to become blurry. It will not fluctuate, it'll be blurry all the time.
Those with cataracts often experience difficulty in appreciating colors and changes in contrast, driving, reading, recognizing faces, and coping with glare from bright lights.
They will not get better, all by themselves, and unfortunately, glasses usually don't help very much at all. I tell people that having a cataract is like having a cracked windshield. Smashed windshield, you can't see through it, and it has to be replaced. Cataract is the #1 leading cause of blindness in the world, and the really good news is we can fix it for you with a cataract operation.
Many eye issues can be treated right here on Saipan. Come see for yourself.
This has been Dr. Dennis Williams of the Marianas Eye Institute.
Summer is here. Have some fun at Marianas Trekking inside the Mariana Resort. Feel the speed at the Seaside Circuit. Trek to the rugged Forbidden Island. Ride a buggy or ATV on our off-road adventure. Go stand-up paddleboarding. Whack balls at the driving range. Or pitch or putt on the short course. It's all at Saipan's premier and homegrown adventure company, Marianas Trekking. Book online at marianastrekking.com or come see us inside the Mariana Resort.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans. The Colbertville Training Center was built to support national development, but the benefit is not limited by age. Bob Colding says old guys just want to have fun too.
Now that Saipan has a first-class playing pitch, the whole community is benefiting. While national teams depend on that facility for the training, NMIFA board member Wes Bogdan says the original purpose was for the entire community. And now, Saipan has the most leagues and players that it's ever seen, including the explosion of men's masters.
Oh, absolutely. The entire community, women, kids, and old guys like us. Yeah, Master Soccer is really built for this field. It's easier on the body, and it's just a beautiful pleasure to have teams and guys back in the Saipan.
Gene, Master Soccer, why is there such a great turnout? What is the feeling out here among the guys?
Well, for me, I think it's, we're at that age where we need to get out and get some exercise, and this is a perfect venue for it. It doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, I believe it's 35 and over, but there's some of us got 20 years on these guys. But it's good to get out. Less chances of getting injured, especially on an uneven field, like you mentioned, Hopwood and Adderfield. There's some ruts in there that, guys like us could twist our ankle and we'll be out for the whole season.
Well, in your whole life, you had never played on a quality service like this. So how does it feel now?
It feels great. It feels great.
So you're saying it's great to be old again?
Yeah, you can say that.
2 years ago, Martin Johnbor brought his brother out to play, and this year he invited his friend from Slovakia, Emil Schultz.
As you know, I have a tendency to keep bringing players from Europe. Like, I think it's 2 or 3 years ago I had my brother here. So this time I decided to put my best mate on the field. We met in Australia a couple of years ago. This is like 2003. And we became the best friend ever. And we played soccer in Australia. So I just thought it would be such a cool. He's visiting, bringing his family, which is my family too, and I just thought it would be such a cool, story if we can play together again. It's been like more than 10 years when we played together before.
And so you're experiencing that now that you're here. How you feel?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm a little bit worried because I played soccer a month ago. So
it's been a while since he played.
Now this is a big game. And you're going to be playing?
Yeah.
Do you feel pressured? Do you feel like, the weight? I mean, you don't even know these guys, but they're depending on you.
Yeah, and it's bloody winter and cold in Europe, and they just landed 2 days ago, so he has to deal with the humidity as well. But hopefully we will have something to celebrate tonight.
Oh yeah, and celebrate they did. Emil scored all 5 of their goals in the victory for the championship.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
So what are you going to do this year? At Gold's, a dedicated fitness studio with a cushioned floor is perfect for group exercise. The cardio room features a variety of treadmills, bikes, steppers, and ellipticals. Fitness machines will help you achieve your goals, and the largest free weight area on Saipan gives you comfortable space to work out. Gold's Gym team is ready to help you get to your goals. Try harder. We know you can do it.
Traveling or laying over on Guam? Don't wait around. Zip into Guam Adventures Zipline Park inside the Hilton Resort and Spa. Guides will take you through a series of zips, starting with a mountain course and then zip over the ocean with spectacular views of Tumon Bay. 6 zip lines in all deliver a thrilling experience, and it's family friendly, so bring the kids ages 6 and up. You'll love the security of double lines and a new braking system to make riding smoother. The towers are named after the islands in the Marianas. We call it the Island Hopper. Your guides will teach you what you need to know to soar through the jungle with a bird's eye view. Best of all, for residents of Saipan, Tinian, and Rota, you can book this experience at 20% savings. Log on to GuamAdventures.com and during checkout, use offer code HAFA20. Book it and zip it today. We'll even pick you up.
Here is your weather report. Today we had a high of 84, a low of 76. 87 heat index, 57% humidity. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with gusty winds developing in the afternoon. Winds east-northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. A high of 85, a low of 77. Sunrise at 6:46 a.m., high tide 11:52 a.m., low tide 5:53 p.m., and sunset at 6:05 p.m. And thank you all for tuning in for the Tuesday edition of KSPN. Catch us back here tomorrow at 6.